Dispersal is the spatial arrangement of individuals within a population. How individuals are distributed in space is reliant on how far they can go, a concept called dispersal limitation. The distribution of organisms can be classified as uniform, clumped, or random.
Ecologically speaking, we are witnessing a clump distribution. Clump distributions in the wild typically occur due to immobility by the offspring, intense top-down predation pressure, steep physical gradient, patchy distribution of resources, and dispersed prey. Currently, this group of people are aggregating around a scarce resource, the tour guide, who is pitching about the amazing institution that is BU. Clump distribution is the most common dispersion in nature where distance between neighboring individuals is minimized. Now we transition to a beach on the Cape. We can see an example of random distribution with the weeds dispersed randomly on the hill. Random distribution is the least common dispersion in nature with irregular spacing, and the position of individuals is independent of the other individual. Signs for random distribution are a homogeneous habitat at the scale relevant to the organism in question. Causes of random distribution include weak physical gradients, low predation and competition, ample resources, homogeneous environments, and random dispersal. In this example, the weeds were most likely dispersed this way from random dispersal.
Uniform distribution is found less commonly than other distributions in nature. It often results in even spacing where the distance between neighbors is maximized. It can be caused by territoriality, competition for resources, or allelopathy.
While Voronoi diagrams can be colorful, they may also look a little confusing at first. The colored cells surrounding the seeds being the black dots, are meant to represent the maximum area it can occupy at a given time in its movement trajectory. A good way to think of these diagrams is to think of an elevator. When you enter an elevator, you will likely try to stand in the center to maximize your personal space. However, when other people enter, you'll probably move to a corner of the elevator to get as much space as you can. Just like how it can be uncomfortable to be too close to someone else, animals generally don't like to compete with others over the same prey or the same watering holes. However, Voronoi diagrams are also very complicated to make and difficult to use practically. Therefore, ecologists tend to use a simpler method known as the Clark-Evans nearest neighbor method. The numerator of this equation represents the observed dispersion of a population, while the denominator represents the expected dispersion. If RCE is equal to 1, it's random. If RCE is greater than 1, it's a uniform distribution, and if RCE is less than 1, the distribution is clumped.